The Legend of You Are an Idiot. That keeps getting recommended to me. Not by you, on YouTube. This better be interesting, because I don't know this website. I've never even heard of it. I'm guessing it's like a real old website, though.
If you grew up in the mid-2000s and spent a lot of your time on the deeper parts of the internet,
Nah.
there
Stick
is
Figure
a
Death
good
Theater and
chance that
YouTube
you
and
remember this iconic sound
not much else.
and visual.
Nope.
Seems like a basic Flash animation,
Thanks a gift sub
but
banks.
quite a number of people were talking about it at the time, and there's a chance you were one of those people who clicked on this wondering what all the fuss was about. Why does something so useless
I had never
exist?
saw this in my
And then
life.
it hits you like a train. Now there are more windows popping up displaying the same animation, and it's much louder. And you can't press the little X on your browser because the windows are moving all over the place. And when you do catch one, the windows just multiply. You try using
This seems like a cool site, though.
Control Q, but that doesn't shut down your browser. It just creates even more of these windows. Before you know it, there are dozens, if not hundreds of browsers just
Wait, this is
bouncing around your
awesome.
screen. It's too loud to even concentrate. No hotkeys or buttons work anymore. Your computer is using so many resources, it can barely operate at a functional speed. But you didn't know any better. A YouTube comment told you about this, and its sense of urgency just really picked at your curiosity. But now you wish you had just done what you've been told, and now there's no escape.
Thanks for the time. Thanks for the tier 1 roomie.
Pressing hard on the power button. And now everything seems to be back to normal. But then you realize that history paper you left open, it's due tomorrow, and you never got a chance to save. And now all of your hours of hard work is gone. You really are an idiot. You really shouldn't feel all that bad though, as you are not alone. The
I've never heard of this.
Idiot Trojan horse, also known by its official name, Offiz, infected as many as 100,000 computers.
And it all happened from a
Now
website?
making its way around the internet as a topic of heated discussion. A subject people immediately regretted becoming acquainted with, its presence just continued to grow. It wasn't long until people were claiming that their entire hard drives were being permanently erased and damaged beyond repair. What exactly was going on?
Imagine getting fucked by a website called youareanidiot.org.
Go from exhausting tech support threads within online forums into becoming an internet legend.
You think it still exists if I go to it right now if I get fucked?
What makes this particular computer virus very interesting? The answer is, we don't know. We need to go all the way back to the year 2002.
That was a good year. Buccaneers won the Super Bowl that year, and I was a big sports fan.
Phase, with the vestiges of the 90s, but it is growing at an alarming rate, as well as getting smarter and more sophisticated every day. This goes for both the technological aspects of the internet, as well as human behavior. Improving on user convenience.
God, Newgrounds was good.
It was learning to solve problems users had been yearning to get fixed for years, as well as solving problems users didn't even know that they had. As malware developers were learning from their past mistakes, and You Are an Idiot was a symptom of that. But to really see how and why this was the case requires going into detail on how the virus rose to prominence and how it actually worked. The earliest form of the program showed up in early 2002, originally known by its more official name, Offiz, and it first appeared on a website. The website in question is debated, as secondary sources of the time either lack information or just completely conflict with each other. The theory is that it came from what I like to call an ooh la la website. This is a PG-rated YouTube video, but I'm sure you can fill in the blanks. But it makes perfect sense why you would want to put a malicious program here. It is a great place to quickly gain notoriety. I mean, adult websites have been around since forever, are desperate, are in a certain mood that makes them do stupid things they otherwise wouldn't do. Like click on a
Going to a porn site doesn't turn you into a fucking idiot.
Ultimately got people talking about it.
Or maybe it does, I don't know.
The program wouldn't really start to take off
Everyone's
until
horniness is
several months
different.
later, when it is reposted on a new website, youdon'tknowwhoiam.org. This is the earliest confirmed record of You Are an Idiot's existence.
It's been like 20 years now. Whoever made this should just come forward.
Because at the end of the day,
hey guys, I did
how
it.
did anyone even know that this weird, long domain name existed in the first place? So what did the virus actually do? Well, it wasn't technically a virus at all. It didn't use your computer to replicate itself and spread to other ones. It was a Trojan horse, a program that pretends to look nice and innocent, but causes harm to your computer once you activate it. But of course, the vernacular for layman computer users is to call anything malicious a virus, so people just stuck with that.
No.
We mentioned that this virus was one of many components which formed from the early internet's ongoing evolution.
What was the first big
And
computer
that's because it took
worm
advantage
they
of
called
a
it?
relatively new technology
We watched the whole
that was
video on
only
it.
becoming more complex
What
by
was
the
it called?
year. This technology is called JavaScript. This wasn't just writing code.
Oh, I love you.
This
Yeah, that was
the
the one.
closest thing you could get to making something that was alive. Something that could almost think for itself. With JavaScript, you were playing God on the internet. So
With
why not
JavaScript,
use
you
it
could
to
make
cause
RuneScape.
mayhem as well? But this virus didn't just take advantage of that. It also had another somewhat new and growing technology under its sleeve.
Thanks, resub
The
kid.
Flash Player. Combine these two forces and you are virtually unstoppable. Any user curious enough to click on the website's window would be greeted with the famous animation we've all grown to recognize.
Oh god, incoming ad.
Thanks to the JavaScript.
God, I am the idiot now. I don't know how anyone uses the internet without an ad block. I really don't. I really fucking don't.
Any further attempt to exit the page, whether it be by refreshing or clicking the X button, will spawn 6 more smaller windows displaying the same animation, all playing at once. You're not getting off that easy though. The script has programmed the windows to bounce around the page, so good luck exiting out. And even if you do get rid of one, 6 more will pop up once again. You now have 11 windows on your computer calling you an idiot, and your speakers are just getting louder. You try using some hotkeys to forcefully shut down your browser, but now you just have text windows calling you an idiot as well. Before you know it, the windows have
I would have
multiplied
absolutely
exponentially,
panicked if I fell
and
for
your
this back
computer's
in the day
resources are
when I was a
being
kid.
used up. Your system is so slow you can barely even move the mouse anymore. You can't even open Task Manager, it's so slow. Now you have no choice but to take the last resort and shut down your computer through physically pushing the power button. Word was now really getting around about the program.
I don't know how I
whether
didn't
it
ever
be
hear
from
about
those
it.
trying to warn other users about it, or through dares and chain letters. Many users claim that the program would even delete all the files from your computer and cause irreversible damage.
I imagine that
But
wasn't
it
true
had
though.
quickly come out that these claims were false.
Yeah.
At least for the version of the virus directly from the website. But at the same time, they kind of weren't. The virus may not have gone in and deleted stuff itself, but its invasive existence often left users with no choice but to jump ship. The damage was indirect. Users were typically forced to shut down their computer.
Was there really no other way of
Of
stopping
course,
it?
things would be back to
You
normal
just had to
after
force
that.
quit?
That data was lost forever.
Damn, that's crazy.
And if you
That's
were
pretty powerful.
really unlucky, you could even end up with a version of the virus that was programmed to activate at startup. In
Oh.
that case, you were pretty much doomed. It all just depended on what version of the virus you got.
Wait, so what do you do in that case?
Luckily, there were some.
Alright, hold on. Surely, I've seen a lot of people in chat mention that they fell for this. Did anyone get that version where on startup it also activates again? Because then at that point, how do you fix it? Like, boot into safe mode and, I don't know, pray for the best? Okay, so it is boot safe mode and then reg edit. Reinstalling operating system. Okay, there should be some other steps that you consider before just fucking nuking it. We have some real defeatists in here. Get rid of the computer and shit. Like, you just visited a website and now you're just being called an idiot. Surely there's a way around it. I don't think it was gonna brick your computer forever. I can't believe I never heard of this. I was perpetually online in the early 2000s. I even played like some of the weird obscure games from back in the day. Like, there was a whole underground community on a game called Tronmageddon. Might have been Tronmageddon. Fuck, I don't even remember now, but yeah, I was all over the internet. I'm shocked I never even heard of this.
Which prevented You Are an Idiot from becoming as devastating as it could have been. XP was arguably the safest OS that you would want to get this Trojan on. This possibly could even be a reason for why the virus didn't infect that many people. By 2003, Windows XP had the
was so
majority
good.
OS market share, and was already statistically significant the year prior. A lot of people, and eventually most of them, were using the safe operating system. You Are an Idiot was nothing more than a practical joke to pull on your friends if you knew what you were doing. In 2004, a new website was dedicated to the program, youareanidiot.org, created by Andrew Regner. It was a mirror version of You Don't Know Who I Am, which had now been bought out by another company.
Really?
This new site included a much safer
Why?
version of
Why
the
would you
program.
buy a
While still obnoxious
a
and
Trojan
distracting and continue to fool people,
for a porn site?
did not use up
No one will ever go
nearly
back
as
to your
many
porn
system
site.
resources. It allowed the program to be preserved
Thanks,
as a sort of
Kai.
internet artifact, and its influence would spread to YouTube in 2006, where it would soon become a joke for a whole other community. Based on the reactions of many people, that was a reason to be afraid.
There was
But when
nothing to fear on the
after-effects of
internet.
those things
Just a
started to
bunch of
show up,
idiots.
it all turned out not
Cowards.
to be that bad. And rather than be afraid of this sudden constant change, instead we can not only continue to learn from it, but maybe sometimes even laugh about it. And now it is time to actually see the program in action.
Let's go!
I'm going to be
A
doing
time
something
capsule.
a little different this time. I will be demonstrating this malware twice on two different versions of Windows, Windows 2000
Tier 1
and
taint
Windows
tickler.
XP, just to really show how significant of a difference the OS can make on the level of severity that this virus can have.
You said
As
yourself
always,
it's a Trojan.
Please make sure you confidently know what you are doing before even attempting to run a program like this. Whether it's benign or not, you never know what can happen. Be safe. With that being said,
Oh my god. Incredible ad placement. That was fantastic. He hit me with the "You Are an Idiot, here's an ad." Nice.
let's get started. As you can see here, I am currently running Windows 2000.
Thanks for the bits,
Looking
Marinami.
at my clock, it is the night of New Year's Eve 2002. And now we are going to
What a
navigate
year.
the
What a year.
website containing the Trojan. Let's go ahead and open Internet Explorer.
Man, anyone remember
Now,
Internet
just imagine
Explorer?
hearing about You Don't Know Who I Am.
What a piece of shit.
Being told to go on it. You have no idea what it is, but your curiosity is taking over. Here we go. Let's surf the web.
Here I come.
Now here is the flash video, which plays on loop indefinitely. Just as the user realizes that the website is nothing special and they start to get a headache, they will go ahead and X out.
Uh-oh, shit.
That is way louder than I expected. Ouch. Okay. As
They
you can
thought of
see, It is
everything.
going to be quite difficult catching these windows to close them. And once you do, you are going to get 6 more. Look at that. The more I do this, the more these windows will grow exponentially.
Wow.
6 windows times 6 more windows, and so on. I'm currently pressing Alt F4, but it's not shutting down. It's just adding more of the windows.
This is pretty cool.
Wow. Look at that. Well, as you can see, I've gotten myself in kind of a predicament here. We've tried everything else, and it didn't close. Now we're going to do a forced program shutdown with Task Manager. I can't even open Task Manager. It's so stuck. Okay, we got Task Manager open. Let's go ahead and end all the processes.
Hopefully they thought of something for this. Oh, nice, they did. Destroys the computer.
Well, it's gone.
Kills the user.
And the OS is hung. Can't click anything. Nothing. For a user, this would often be the point of no return. Now you're gonna have to shut the computer down physically. If you have any work open, let's hope you saved. As I mentioned, you were much better off in terms of saving your data if you were running this program on XP. Of course, your results may vary depending on your hardware, RAM allocation, how many processes you have running, and a million other things. There's no official data to confirm that
There's a
this is the
Prime.
case, but based on what
Nifty,
I've
and
tested,
the
I
resub
really
Trizzo.
do believe this is true. And you should always believe everything that I say because I know everything. Now let's go run this in XP. Same as before. Go to our website. Flash animation. Let's go ahead and generate more of these windows like last time. Right click, close group.
Well, that was easy. Oh,
That didn't work.
I forgot.
Okay. Still not working.
I would have absolutely fallen
Task
victim to
manager.
this and just immediately panicked, shit my pants, and I don't know, probably would have gotten rid of the computer, given up on it.
There we go. As you can see, we didn't have to shut anything down.
Oh.
Windows XP 1, Windows 2000, 0. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video,
Windows XP was so
subscribe and hit the
fucking cool, man.
notification bell so
They also had really fun games. They had that, like, space pinball with that goofball in the spaceship. That guy was awesome. Yeah, Solitaire was alright too, but this pinball one I think was their best work. Can you go on the You Are an Idiot site to see if it still works? No, I already know it'd probably fuck me up. I imagine it can't work on modern computers, but I'm still just not even gonna risk faker. The incredible Iranian Hulk, world's biggest fake. Synthol, eh? Alright, let's check it out.
You've probably seen pictures of the Iranian Hulk.
I haven't.
This Persian bodybuilder rose to fame, was featured all over the news,
Thanks to the Prime
and
Bell.
there have been rumors that the WWE wants him as their next big star. But we just uncovered some secrets about this man that nobody wants you to know. We'll get to that
Oh
in a
my
second.
god.
Various news sites report that Sajjad Gharibi is an Iranian powerlifter nicknamed around the web as Persian or Iranian Hulk. As of 2017, Gharibi is thought to be considering a career in the WWE in the US after many of his fans suggested the idea to him. He has over 100,000 followers.
So is
on
it Synth?
Instagram,
It has to be Synthol,
frequently
right?
posting pictures of his daily life in Iran. But we found out that his appearance is little more than an internet hoax.
Thanks, Resub Kaiser and the
fueled by
Prime Joe.
Photoshop and a lot
Oh.
of creativity. Or as some call it, Adobe gains and MySpace angles.
Even
Here's
more
an actual
underwhelming.
video of the man in question.
Oh well, in real life, he looks pretty much like this.
Oh, what the
Totally
fuck?
different. It was all about Adobe gains, Photoshop, as a testament, same pose, real life not saluted.
For
Oh,
reference, the
God
human
damn it.
skeleton scales proportionately in adults. So even record-breaking shoulder width guys like Noah Steer here still have proportional
Ew, look at that
skeletons.
baby skeleton. That's embarrassing,
And the
Noah.
skeleton doesn't seem to line up too well with the Hulk's
Weak
joints.
skeleton. Not even
Still
wide.
absolutely massive, but clearly not as chiseled as the images would indicate. So what do you think? Is Sajjad Gharibi really an incredible Hulk
I think he's a bitch penguin.
or an incredible bulk? Leave your comments and
Yeah, of course I've
opinions
seen the
below.
D&D
Thanks
party
for
one.
watching.
I was hoping it was at least Synthol. That was super underwhelming, so he just photoshopped himself like a teen girl. Like, that's not cool. At least inject yourself with fucking dangerous levels of Synthol to make it goofy. That's upsetting. The Black Rose sequence. That sounds pretty intense. Is that a Doomsday thing? This?
Warning. If the topic of mind control and manipulation
Oh my god,
is
it's an
offensive,
alpha male thing.
I want you to stop watching this video.
Oh,
And if
fuck
you want
yeah.
to continue, you agree never to use this knowledge to hurt women. Deal?
It is a Doomsday
Great.
thing.
Let's start.
Because you can be
If you're
slaying all the
curious about
pussy in the
Black Rose
world.
sequence, then you're at the right place. Quite impossible for me to completely describe the sequence because it's really quite elaborate. I will,
What's the
however,
point then?
It's worth your while learning it yourself.
You're not fooling anyone. We know you haven't
Black
talked to
Rose
women.
sequence is one of the
Just tell me the
tactics inside
sequence.
Shogun method. Probably the
Oh.
only dating advice program for men which is based on mind control and extreme persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
This is important because it's different.
We know
from
about the
vast
Shogun
majority
method.
of seduction advice out there, which is based on pickup artists
Thanks,
or
Yusuf Gecko.
PUAs. According to the Shogun method school of thought, it's not enough to attract a woman. To keep a woman captivated by you as long as you want, you must enslave her. The enslavement of a woman, as far as the Shogun method is concerned, is the real endgame. The Black Rose sequence is the
Sounds
technique used
sane.
as an enslavement device. Here's the gist of it. First, you erase a woman's identity, and then you install inside her a new identity which is completely under your control. Inside the Shogun method, this identity
That sounds
is
reasonable.
known as Persephone. First tried it on a woman I had just started dating, I completely failed to make it work for me. She just looked at me like I was some kind of three-headed monster from Mars. I then got help from Derek Rake, the creator of Shogun Method.
No, you
And he
didn't.
corrected many of the mistakes that I made. Actually, Shogun Method had more rapport-building tactics than you can shake a stick at. For more on
What does that
Shogun
even
Method
mean?
and the Black Rose sequence, go to fractionationhypnosis.com or click on the link in the video
More
description below.
tactics than you can shake a stick at? There's no way this man's ever been laid, especially saying dumb shit like that. What does that even mean? I'm gonna buy the Shogun method. I wanna watch it. I have to see it. Maybe it'll be too strong though and I get mind controlled and I wanna fuck this guy. Yeah, this whole channel is just a shill for the Shogun method. It's fucking weird.
Are you?
It's all about mind control and enslavement of women. Misogyny promoting piece of shit channel that is. Yep, it's a bunch of really sad dudes capitalizing off other sad dudes. Smart for business because they spend a lot of money trying anything to get laid, but doing nothing to actually help themselves. They're buying into mind control. Do you think women being mind enslavement salesmen helps you get laid? I would say probably not. Maybe gets you in jail, at best. What dinosaurs really looked like? What's up with the dinosaur shit tonight? Sure, let's see what those assholes looked like. Let's see what Dangerville has.
Feel wrapped in love.
Fuck yeah.
Such as this hugely outdated skeletal restoration by William D. Matthew from
Looks like shit.
1905,
It's got a big
which
dick
follows a
though.
more kangaroo-like posture. Then we have the horizontal standing T-Rex, which you've seen in films like Jurassic Park, which we now know is outdated because, of course, dinosaurs had feathers. But what did the T-Rex really look like?
Looked
Well,
like a giant
Chris
man.
Packham, they determined that the T-Rex would have had patches of black, brown, and possibly even brighter colours. They also
Wow.
found melanin, the same thing
Like a
as
CSGO
Texas
skin.
tans.
Cool.
This would have been found on the brow of the Tyrannosaurus, and it could have been used as a sign of age and maturity to females. Quills.
I just don't really
like
care.
what's
I'm not a
seen
big
in
dinosaur guy, to be honest. Unless that thing looked like, I don't know, my dad or something, I'm not interested. I just don't think dinosaurs are super cool, kind of lame. They didn't even have superpowers, they were just big and they bit shit. Yeah, I'm just not a huge dinosaur guy. I don't know. Never really have been. I like the Jurassic Park movies. Not so much the newer ones all that much, but the originals. And Godzilla's cool. But he's more of like a space dinosaur that shoots laser beams, so he's fucking awesome, but... I mean, fucking awesome's also a bit of an exaggeration. Compared to someone like King Kong, I think Godzilla's not as cool. King Kong can't shoot lasers. Yeah, but King Kong can do, like, karate and shit. He even wielded a mystical axe. King Kong's just like a giant ass-beating man that's just real big and strong. He, like, fucks things up. I think that's cool. The only reason King Kong lost is because Godzilla has fucking plot armor. Godzilla just hits shit with his tail and shoots beams. King Kong has, like, thumbs and shit. King Kong could have built, like, a spaceship and, like, a technology to attack Godzilla with if he wanted to. If we'd only teach him. Or maybe we could have taught King Kong how to speak and he could have tried diplomacy. Like, there's just so many more options with King Kong. Godzilla's just a fucking giant lizard. The Cryptic Game of Courage the Cowardly Dog? Oh, this is new.
When my child was invited to a sleepover, how was I to know there was a felon in the house? I
What?
looked at truthfinder.com for a background report to avoid a possibly dangerous situation.
Oh, this is aggressive.
It took just a few minutes for me to find out everything I needed to know. With access to hard-to-find phone numbers and
Jesus Christ, okay. Goddamn.